It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Beautiful thing. This has got to be the third highest Twitter moment of my life. Right behind being followed by Tyler X and responded to by the Bellas. Anyway, this is TNA for September 1st, 2011. We had the Knockouts Championship on the line. We had AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels. And we had the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. And let me just say this. The look and the feel of the crowd is just so much better when they're outside of the impact zone. It just feels a lot less indie-like, in my opinion. Even though they do try their damnedest to keep the canned heat and canned cheers and whatever, I guess they're not getting the type of reaction that they want, so who cares? Though there aren't as many hot chicks in these crowds as there are usually in the impact zone, but whatever. Anyway, let's talk about the show. So since this was the highlight of my night, Karen Jarrett is the Knockout Law. Therefore, she's basically the general manager of the Knockouts, which I think is actually a pretty good idea. I mean, it could provide for some interesting stuff, a heel general manager of the Knockouts division. A lot of people hate Karen Jarrett, but just because she retweeted me, I am now Karen Jarrett #1 fan. I love Karen Jarrett. She's beautiful, she's smart, she's powerful, she doesn't look like a horse, and she is freaking incredible. I love Karen Jarrett. So I like this idea. Should turn out to be something good. Keeping on topic with the Knockouts division, we had Winter, who pretty much is now the worst knockout champion in TNA history. Seriously, she had the belt for 3 weeks. She didn't come out in the ring. She only did backstage promos. And then she just comes out with the first match she has as champion, she loses. Yeah, that really sucks for Winter. She really deserved a lot better than that, but whatever, this is TNA. Again, if people aren't used to this type of stuff happening, I don't know how long you've been watching TNA for, but you obviously don't know TNA too well, do you? I'm disappointed in Winter, but hey, whatever. Again, the whole championship thing, if you're going to treat someone as the top person, then they might as well have the championship and be official. What's the point of having the championship on someone that you're just going to treat like crap anyway? The rest of the show, I'm going to divide it up between the things that I liked about the show and the things I didn't like about the show. Let me start off by talking about the things I wasn't too fond of. What the fuck is on Brian Kendrick's head? What the fuck is that? Where is Melina? Was Melina not broken up with Zack Ryder now? Why wasn't she in this lineup? Thirdly, Jerry Lynn turns heel. I almost cracked up as loud as I did when Sin Cara turned heel. Fourth of all, Christopher Daniels turns heel. We have Gunner, one of the top 4 people that is going to be in potential for main eventing the WrestleMania of TNA. That's right, Bully Ray, Gunner, James Storm, and Bobby Roode. Those are your top 4 people that have potential of main eventing Bound for Glory this year. I was looking at the bright side of Kurt Angle's heel turn because as pointless as it was, I thought it was actually leading to a point to push Crimson. But now Crimson's injured and it looks like that whole thing is just out the window. So now Kurt Angle's heel turn now is just completely worthless. Now on to the things that I actually did like about the show. The Cruiserweight match. That's right, I'm just going to call them Cruiserweights from now on. The Cruiserweight match was good, but the way they're pushing Randy Orton, I don't know. I just don't see a whole lot in him. He looks too generic. But that's just my opinion. At least they're giving someone new a chance, so I'll just wait to see how they go with that. The Zack Ryder and the greatest wrestler in the world, Rob Terry, and the Eric Young segment. This actually made me laugh, I'll admit. Good segment by all these guys. And basically this is leading to a championship match between Zack Ryder and Eric Young. Now, I'm not sure about the pairing between Zack Ryder and Rob Terry. I mean, basically, it's 2 wrestlers that nobody really gives a crap about, but, man. Does this mean that Zack Ryder no longer is going to have Melina by his side anymore? Oh, and I just noticed this. Can someone tell me this? Did Chrissy Hemme always have that tattoo on her shoulder? I just barely noticed it tonight. I'm not sure how long she's had that. I'm probably late on that, but we also had a thing with Samoa Joe and Matt Morgan. I've never really been a huge Samoa Joe fan, but man, I've always kind of liked him better as the intense heel or whatever. So, oh, and Jeff Hardy is returning to TNA next week. I think it's freaking hilarious how Matt Hardy gets released after doing one thing wrong, and yet Jeff Hardy did all this crap, come to work high, bust Mr. Kennedy open, and yet he stays in TNA, and yet Matt Hardy fucks up one time and he's out. That is just the most hilarious thing in the world. And he goes and does suicide videos. It is just hilarious. How can you not find entertainment out of that, people? And of course, we have the whole Sting and Hulk Hogan, and I'm not interested in this at all anymore. I tried to look at the positives of this, but there really is no positives in this situation. It's just stupid TNA booking. The only thing I'm really hoping for is Hulk Hogan seriously injures himself in that match. Either he seriously injures himself, or they just boo the hell out of them in that crowd. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good episode of Impact, despite the typical TNA bookings, the heel turns, the untimely title changes, and people can complain about how they put a bunch of matches on tonight that should have been saved for the pay-per-view. Really, if you're still complaining about that, doesn't it get tired complaining? I mean, really, what can you expect at this point? I mean, their pay-per-view is going to be on 9/11, as if that wasn't memorable enough. But yeah, I didn't have too many problems. The in-ring action was solid, and they're building up some nice stuff, I guess. That's pretty much what I thought about this episode, and this has been MTO with MTOMR Reviews, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, the end.